Some stories stay in our heart forever. For me, that story is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. This book follows a story of the girl named Celie. She writes letters to God and talks about the suffering that she had to endure. She grows up in an abusive household and later gets married to an abusive man. And still, she finds the strength to rebuild herself and takes the autonomy of her life back from the people who never treated her right. So, this is Ishika Mehra. You are watching Words and Margins, and today we will be analyzing The Color Purple. The Color Purple is an epistolary novel. That means it is written in the form of letters. Celie, who is the protagonist of our novel, writes letters to God. And these letters are not written well. She is a teenager and she is not as educated as her sister, little sister, Neeti. She was taken out of the school by her pa because he thinks that she is not as intelligent as her sister Neeti. Okay, so she's not as educated. She is not confident either. Okay, that can be seen clearly in her writings that she has no confidence. She is not very well educated, and she lets others, like her father, take responsibility of the decisions of her life. She is a very silent woman who endures everything without a word. Cilly's pa, who I'm not gonna spoil this part. Okay, Cilly's pa uh told her. Okay, she gets pregnant and her children are taken away from her. This leaves her in trauma for a lifetime. Later on, also in the novel, we can see that when she grows her own business, she makes pants. She cannot make trousers for pregnant women. The maternity pants are hardest for her to make, not because of the structure, not because of the size, but because of the trauma that she had to endure at a teenage age. I don't know. Okay, she gets married to a man. We are not told his name. He is called Mr. And according to me, that decision by Alice Walker was made because she meant to say, it is a man, it is a Mr. Anyone, not a specific type of person can harm you, but anyone can harm you. Okay, and it is not the fight against one specific man, it is a fight against the patriarchal society and the submission of women. So, so hence it proves the name, explains the name, Mr. Okay, so Mr. is not a good man. He tries to court Neeti, but Neeti denies and runs away. He tells her that he would never ever let Neeti get close to or talk to her sister Celie. And I'll tell you later this part. Okay, Celie, sorry, Mr. tries to control Celie because he does not like her. He hates her, he beats her, he lets his children, uh, you know, irritate her, or I'm not gonna say irritate her, but treat her horribly. Okay, they abuse her, they even throws things at her. So, Silly is not at all happy, or she is not at all a human being in this house. Then she meets Shug Avery. Shug Avery is a jazz singer, okay, and Celie admires her. And Shug at first she did not like her for some reason. I'm not gonna spoil whole plot of the novel for you. So she does not like her at first, but later on They became friends, and Celie, through Shug Avery, She explores the strength that she already had within herself, but it needed to uh, flourish. It needed to come out. And she finds the strength, she finds the confidence, she develops the skills that she needed, right, to live in a world where she can take the autonomy of her life back. Shug Avery also helps her explore her sexuality, because this novel also focuses around the theme of black lesbianism. Okay, but that is not the part that we would be talking about today. Uh, as I have told you earlier, that Needy was told by Mister that she would never be able to contact her sister Celie. So Niti sent letters from Africa to Celie, but Mister took them and never gave them to Celie. And somehow Celie finds them, and that was, according to me, was the point where Celie was like, enough is enough. All right, I am going to take the control of my life. I am going to build my life from scratch. Okay, and you are not gonna stop it. So that was the point when Celie thought that, oh my god, this man is horrible. I need to get out of here. And she goes out of there, like she moves out, and she builds a business, the pants business, the trousers business, as you may say, as I told you earlier. Okay, and this story of Celie's healing is not an exaggeration, or it is not a romanticization of it is not romanticization of the freedom, right? Because in many stories or novels or movies we can see that the freedom is shown as something that is a need. Obviously it is a need, but that is very beautiful and that is not as hard to get, and after getting freedom all struggles vanish. But that is not the point, and that never happens. And Alice Walker understands that, and she writes freedom as freedom. She writes it raw. She does not try to romanticize it. She does not try to sell the fantasy that women can achieve the freedom by just fighting for it. No, it is not possible. And Alice Walker says that. She does mention that freedom needs sacrifice, and it needs strength, it needs sufferings, it needs pain. And her writing shows that. Uh, Celie did not grow up alone. She grew with other women. She saw Shagavri. She got help from her. She saw Sophia, who was a furious woman, who was very strong woman, who always fought men for her life. But you see, as I've told you, there are no romanticization. So this is a part of racism where Sophia accidentally accidentally says some words that made a white man and his wife furious. She was taken to jail, she was tortured, and only one condition was that could save her life, and that was to be made in their house. She had to do it. Her children were little, and when she came back to meet them, her children could not even recognize her. That part was painful. Sophia's story is painful. Okay. So, Neeti, on the other hand, she was stripped away of the privilege of being a motherhood and a wife, because she could only and only choose between education and freedom or a traditional life. She cannot enjoy both, because being a wife and a mother means you have to submit to men, and she did not want to do that. That's why she ran away and she chose education. In this book, there are several stories, okay, and there are several women. Everyone's story is different. Everyone is fighting in their own way. And what does it tells us? It tells us that no one's story is going to be perfect. No one's story is going to be same as the one they idealizes. We all are living different lives and we all have different struggles and we are all struggling in different positions and different levels. Okay. And all I have to say is that strength is a need. You need to have the strength. Everyone has the strength to grow up. Everyone has the strength to rebuild themselves. Everyone has the strength to have the confidence in themselves that they can make it. Okay, and this story tells you exactly that you have the strength. Like Celie, you can grow as well. And with one last note, I would like to end this video. I really liked the last line, and see, it is the last line of the novel right here. It says, but I don't think us feel old at all, and us so happy. Matter of fact, I think this the youngest us ever felt. Celie says this in her last letter, or I think it is not the let. Yeah, it is. So Celie says it in her last letter that she feels youngest when she is this old because she has her children, her sister, and the husband who never treated her right is also treating her with respect now. So finally, the war is over and she is happy. Okay, that's all for the video. And obviously, this book has other themes as well, like violence and racism, and you can analyze this book according to those themes, but I chose the feminist point of view because it just it is my favorite point of view. I cannot say anything else. Okay, so that's all for the video. Do let me know what other book you want me to analyze or talk about, and tell me what part of this book you like the most. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll meet you in the next one. Bye.